Welcome back. Today we will be interviewing a very interesting person who has had quite the life. They call him Frankenstein Jr. But before we bring him out here, we want to let you know that he is not a normal person we would interview on a normal interview. So viewer discretion is advised, but I would like to welcome our special guest, Frankenstein Jr. Welcome to the show today.
Oh, thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. How are you doing today?
I'm not doing so well. I feel bad because I made my creator very mad. He has been chasing me, but I don't want him to find me because I know he'll want to kill me for ruining his life.
What do you mean, your creator?
Well, I was created from old parts, as my creator Victor called them, but he made me, and with his fancy science I don't quite understand yet, made me live again.
Did you know how to do things when he first brought you back to life, or did you have to relearn how to do everything?
Well, I knew how to do basic things like talk and walk, but it took me a little time to get used to the new parts that I had. The worst part about it was that Victor just left me alone and I didn't have anywhere to go or any friends.
So what were the first nights like after being abandoned?
They were the worst days. Victor left me out to die. I struggled to stay alive at first because I was not used to my new body and I had to survive. I just didn't understand why no one liked me, but now I see that I am the ugliest creature alive, and that is why I found a family in the forest and tried to make friends with them.
What was this family like?
Well, I didn't really like to go up to the family at first. I just watched and learned from them. Until one day the oldest man in the house was home alone, so I went in to try to make a friend. I knew that he could not see me because he was blind, so maybe he wouldn't be disgusted like everyone else.
So how did the man respond to this?
Well, we talked for a short while until the rest of the family returned, and the man of the house hit me and they all screamed in fear, so I just ran and ran. I realized that I was alone in the world and I couldn't change that. I knew that Victor was the only one that could change it.
What could Victor do to change these things?
Well, I just figured that Victor could just find some new parts and make a bride, so I went back to Geneva and tried to find Victor, but it took a little bit of work. I tried to scare him into making me a bride because I knew he didn't want another monstrosity running around like me. But he was surprised to see me because he thought I had died when I was alone in the woods.
How did he respond to your requests?
But at first he was shocked and it took him a minute to realize that I was serious, and then he said no, that he wouldn't do it. So I told him if he didn't make a bride that I would be with him and his bride on their wedding night.
Well, did he ever end up making you a bride?
He started, but for some reason stopped, and at that point I was beyond mad, so I just started killing all of his friends and family to get revenge, because if I have to be alone, so should Victor.
So you killed all of his family just because you thought he had to be alone? Or maybe deep down, did you hope that if he had no one, that he would want to be your friend?
That's crazy. I could never be friends with Victor again, not after what he did to me.
Sorry, didn't mean to make you upset. That is all the time we have today. I hope you will join us next week when we will learn how to make green beer and all you other green treats for St. Patty's Day. Have a great week.